everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I have another watch me work video, and this is a cowhide inspired video. This is a fancy cow. She's Wagyu. She's Kobe beef. She's fancy, okay? So this is a unique look. It's not for everybody. Some people are gonna like, why would you want cow themed nails? Hey, but if you're interested in how I achieve this look, or, entertained, or you actually like it, and it's for you, stay tuned and watch. So this is her previous set, and I believe is about 4 weeks old. You can see she has no lifting. Her stones stayed pretty well. She had the crystal pixie edge, which are the bigger of the crystal pixies from Swarovski, and they stayed really well. So her previous design was an embedded glitter. So I'm having, because I'm not polishing over it, we're using this foundation color as her nail bed for the French nails. I have to completely file this glitter out the nail. Now I'm using the Red Baron bit from Atwood Industries. This is a very aggressive bit, and you want to use it at a very high speed, 20K to 25K RPMs on the machine. But builder gel is a very soft product, so if you're not comfortable with using a bit this aggressive, or you're worried about filing into the natural nail, you may want to use a less aggressive bit. Be very cautious when using this. I feel very comfortable with the e-file, especially doing this. So I like to use this bit. It takes it down real quick. And you can see I'm filing some of the length off the nail as well. So after I do this and get it low, you'll see inconsistency is going to look weird. I know you're nervous, like, is she filing into her nail? I'm not. I'm going in with my crosscut bit, which is similar to a sanding band. It's on a slow speed. This is all sped up. Everything looks more aggressive. And this is helping me even out some of that product. And again, it looks crazy. Her natural nail is fine. We're just evening out some of that product. So next I'm going in with the skiver bit, and I'm removing the dead skin from the nail plate. And that dead skin is what is known as the cuticle. And some of it is attached to the eponychium, which is the live skin. We don't think about it. We call the cuticle. I call it the cuticle area. I'm getting that dead skin off with that round bit and flaking it up. But she had some that was really hanging, so I went in and had to clip it off. That's completely dead skin. We're not getting that very intense dry mani, or what we know as a Russian manicure look. I'm just clipping off the dead skin. So you're not going to get, I'm not doing that look at all. That's debatable if that process is healthy, fair, whatever. That's just not what I'm doing. So I cleanse the nails with alcohol and acetone in preparation for the rubber base from the gel bottle. I love this product. It eliminates lifting like a dream, especially, in builder gel sets. So it doesn't fail me. I love it. I have bottles of it. It's a must, especially and specifically for builder gel sets, but there are other uses for it. So I'm going in with my Alpha brush, the number 4 oval. This is a smaller one. I prefer the 6 because it's a little bit bigger most of the time, but the number 4 is perfect because you might not be able to tell from camera, but she has very, very slender nail beds. So I'm using the Cosmetic Pink, I believe, from Light Elegance. And I'm going in and applying a very thin layer over the entirety of her natural nail. Now her pinky, pointer, and thumb are going to be French. So they have to have a very clean look, very even look. This color on its own is probably a little bit too dark for her skin tone. So that's why I'm applying it very thin, so it'll be sheer and still have some coverage. So I'm just applying it like you would polish. You can see I'm just taking some and just polishing it on. Sorry, I'm a little out of frame. Nothing too crazy. I love, if you've been watching my videos for a while, you know I can't say enough good things about builder gel. If you're an acrylic tech and you're nervous about it, please try it. Please try it. It's much easier. Don't let it intimidate you. It's a self-leveling product. It's great. So after I apply the thin coats of the Cover Pink, I'm going in with a natural pink. Now what this is doing is bringing back a little bit more of pinky tones opposed to that darker peach tone that original color had, and kind of balancing it out for her skin tone to me and what she was comfortable with. So I don't want to get it too dark and peach. That'd be nice for, you know, somebody of a deeper complexion. And, you know, if it's the client's preference. In my opinion and what I do, I wanted to have a little bit of coverage with the cosmetic pink color, but kind of soften it up with that natural pink. And I basically built the nail up with that natural pink. So we're with the nails that are going to be the cow design. I didn't have to file. I didn't want to waste time and file the glitter out of those nails. I didn't. It was pointless because they're going to be covered anyways. And I'm just filling with that cosmetic pink only because, again, we're painting them. It didn't matter if it was a little bit too dark for her skin tone. But hopefully you can see what I mean by it not being the best color for her skin tone to look like a nail bed. I mean, it can work. It's a matter of preference, opinion. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So I'm just applying that product, floating it down the nail, and I'm going in with clear. I believe this is Light Elegance's Cool Gel. I'm sorry I don't have the bottles, the clips in the video. I'm so sorry. I'm usually better than that. And this is what I'm actually building the nail up with. I'm sorry, I misspoke a little earlier in the video. So I applied the cosmetic pink real thin to have coverage. I applied the natural pink Cool Gel to give that pinky tone and that kind of sheer frosty look. And then I'm going in and building the actual nail, the strength, the apex of the nail in the clear, and kind of encapsulating our layers also. Be cautious of air bubbles. I usually go in and kind of use my brush to kind of eliminate them before I cure. So it's not as big of a deal if you're going to be polishing over this nail. But because we're using this for a French, this is our nail bed, you want to make sure it's as nice looking as possible. So just be cautious. You can see I have a little air bubble. I recorded this video a while back, so I can't remember if I got that little air bubble out or not. So just keep that in mind. It's not the end of the world if you have one. Your client's probably not even going to notice at all. I'd be surprised. But it's just something to think about. Just those little details that make a more refined look. So I shaped the nails off camera as I always do. I apologize forever about that. But I went in and filed and got them to the shape that she wanted and liked. And I'm going in with the cross-cut bit for my finish filing. And the cross-cut bit, again, is like a sanding band. And as I stated, Builder Gel is very, very soft. So I wouldn't use anything more aggressive than this, or you're going to be taking off so much product. So your carbide bit, even in a fine grit, you have to be very cautious, like very, very light-handed. I love the cross-cut bit because it finish files my nail, gets me a smooth surface, but also it takes the place of a buffer. I don't have to buff after this. I dust it off and I'm going right into polish. So I'm using various Madame Glam colors, and we're going with a blue theme. We decided we wanted to do 3 different shades of blue, from a light, medium to a more saturated blue, which is that perfect blue from Madame Glam. I love that color. I'm using the Bambina from Presto, the gel liner. It's a gel polish paint. And I'm using this blue, you've probably seen this a million times, my blue liner brush from Wildflowers Nails. I've actually been having these for years now, and I think it's about time that I buy some new ones. I have to kind of accept it. So I'm going in and I'm drawing my French. And not to toot my own horn, but I'm usually pretty good at freehanding a nice little French design, whether it's a very deep French, a deep curved French, kind of like this, or like a V French or a traditional French. I kind of, have pride in drawing those. When I first started doing nails, I didn't like it. But as I, got used to it, I really kind of like it. It's really simplistic to me. It's just, getting it to the client's liking. But on this, I don't know if I had too much sweet tea or what, but I was having some issues, a little bit of issues on this day. They're not major. You see I'm taking a little French brush and some acetone or alcohol, and going in and cleaning up those areas that I went out the lines, got a little wide with the lines or what have you. So I always like to flip the hand over, and I don't show it in the video to make sure it's balanced from left to right. So I flip the hand facing where the tips of the nails, the free edge is facing, pointed towards the ceiling, and check the hand that way to make sure it's even from left to right. I love this color. This is Perfect Blue from Madam Glam, and you can use code Tabitha to get a discount on your Madam Glam items, of course. So don't forget that. I'll have information below. I am a very big fan of the gel polishes. I always say it. Again, this is a client who's paying, so this is product that I trust in my actual everyday job. So definitely recommend. Very pigmented colors and products. Like, look at how great this white is. So I applied 2 coats of the blues for the Frenches. I just didn't feel like I needed to show you guys that. I'm going to apply 2 coats of this white polish, and that's going to be our cow nails. So you guys know I always talk about having a point of reference when you're going to be drawing something. You want to know what makes what you're looking for, whether it's marble, cheetah print, cow print, snake, whatever it is. You want to know those little tiny details that make it look how it looks. And it's also good if you're working on a client to show them, like, is this the cow print you're looking for? Are these the flames you want, the lettering you want? To understand their vision or make sure they're okay with it, even if you're, freestyling it. So pull up some pictures and keep it right there to look at and pick some different things about that and apply it to your design. So she told me kind of how she wanted the spots. She didn't want them too big. She didn't want a whole bunch of them. And she wanted a mix of some smaller and a little bit larger. So I found a print with the shape she wanted. She didn't want too rounded, I guess, like circly. She wanted them kind of more unique of shapes also. So taking all that into consideration, I guess she was real detailed. She knew what she wanted, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I'm glad she knew what she wanted. Of course, she trusts me and lets me do my thing. But I also appreciate that, I would rather somebody come in knowing what they wanted and me having to challenge myself to meet that standard or that vision than do something and somebody doesn't really have an idea. And then at the end, they're like, yeah, this wasn't what I had in mind, because they couldn't really put it into words. So it's, working with your client is very important. And, everybody doesn't have as, creative of an eye, or they don't have a vision, and that's fine. So again, that's another reason pictures are important, because if she didn't, she's like, I just want cowhide nails. And then I did these big, huge blotches on her nails. And at the end, she's like, oh, I don't like that. Me showing her a picture beforehand, she can say, oh, no, I don't want those like that. I want them more so like this picture. So, Google Photos or Instagram, those are going to be your friends, especially when you're working with clients. And even if you're, doing nails on yourself, it's a good point to kind of figure out what you want. What's the different types of, print that there is. So you can see I was just drawing those shapes. I did 2 coats of the black on those nails. And this pattern is so simple. You're just drawing blobs. That's it. And filling them in and making sure they're haphazard and random and don't look too uniform. So I'm going in with the Velvet Matte Gel Topcoat from Daily Charm. I've been really loving this matte gel Topcoat. I still like the Lac. I still like Presto. This is a no wipe, and it stays very matte, and I just really like it, and I like Daily Charm and their products. So all these nails are going to be matte. even the one with the crystals. And I love how crystals look on matte nails. But it's just a more difficult process trying to do that. But I'll show you my process. So I'm using white opal Swarovskis in various sizes and crystal shimmer. And I'm using the Crystal Ninja Super Grip Adhesive. And this works great. If you don't know who the Crystal Ninja, she makes a crystal katana, which is kind of blasphemous because I'm not using it right now in this video. I'm using this knockoff that was sent to me by a company. Don't talk bad about me. The crystal katana is great. I have one that is, I've actually been through two. I probably don't take the best care of them because they do last forever. It's an amazing product. Anyways, so I do have one that's unopened waiting for me, but this little cheap knockoff tool is doing okay for now. So I'm using it. So you can see I'm taking... I distributed some of the glue on a form, and I'm using the metal part, and I'm applying a tiny bit on the nail. You really need a tiny bit. Don't overdo it with the glue. Absolutely don't do that. So I put a little bit of the glue down, apply the crystals. Next, I'm going in with the crystal glue, and you can use Ugly Duckling Stick It, the Daily Charm Stuck On or Stick On, crystal gels, whatever your favorite is. I'm going in between those crystals. You can see I'm applying that crystal gel. This is not the adhesive glue. This is crystal gel that is to be cured in a light. And I'm putting that there to sink the beads into. Regular adhesive or glue is not going to work well because the area of adhesion is so small. So crystal gel is what you want to go with when you're doing those bullion or micro beads or caviar beads. So I'm using the gel bottle rubber top coat, and I'm going in and I'm going over these metal looking beads. If you have the rings, whatever kind of charms, metal charms you have, you always want to top coat them or they will turn colors, especially golds and rose golds. But even silvers can look a little dingy, lose their color also. So you want to protect them, and they're not sparkly. You don't want to go over the crystals. Never top coat your crystals because they will lose their sparkle. Just the beads and seal around the stones. And then after I seal around them with this rubber top coat, you can see I'm going to feather out the top coat because we don't want this line of demarcation. You can see there's a kind of a harsh line. We're feathering it out. I also don't want to apply this over the entirety of the nail because I don't want to bulk it out, but you definitely could. It's just not my preference. So I go ahead and cure that, and I'm going back in with the Velvet Matte Top Coat from Daily Charm, and I'm going around the crystals. You can see I'm taking a little fine brush, and I'm going around the stones, not on top of it, nothing like that. Now, we sealed in with that rubber top coat, one to protect those metal beads, but also to seal in the edge of the crystals. You don't want to get this matte top coat on the crystals at all, and having a clear doesn't take away from the sparkle, especially in between the crystals. You would really notice if you put matte in between the crystals, all on them and sealing around them. Just don't do it. This is the best process I found, especially for them to be sealed in and locked in, and so that they last well, but also have this beautiful matte look. That contrast of the sparkle in the Swarovski crystals and the matte top coat is so beautiful, especially in the fall. It's so great. So if you haven't tried that or you don't know what's the best process, I see a lot of people do a matte gel top coat and then they'll use like a resin and just stick the stones on, and then that's it. And they're not sealed in, so hair can get under there. They're easier to come off because that lip is exposed. They're not faceted in by any type of gel top coat, anything like that. So definitely recommend this process for sealing in your crystals over a matte finish. So this is our final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, even if this is not your style, I hope you found some type of joy or learned something from this video. You guys, please give me a thumbs up. don't forget to subscribe. Comment below and tell me your thoughts on this set. Do you like it? Do you like the colors? What would you have done differently? And I really appreciate you guys for watching. And I just got over 100,000 subscribers. And I really appreciate you guys. You guys don't even understand. I really enjoy doing this. And knowing that you guys are really responding to my work that I put out really means a lot. So thank you guys for watching. Bye.